Hey guys, what's up? I'm Elyse Archer, personal brand strategist and founding team member with the Brand Builders Group. Today I want to talk with you about when you should get new photos done for your personal brand. So this is fresh on my mind because it's something that I have actively been doing over the past couple of months, and I actually flew to a different state a couple months ago to work with a photographer. Shout out to Marlena Semenza. I'll link her below. She's awesome if you're in North Carolina or if you want her to come travel and work with you. She's amazing. But so I used to be the person who would look at photos of people on Instagram or on other social sites, and they're like by themselves drinking coffee or journaling or whatever it is, and I would be like, oh my God, those are so like staged, and I would never be by myself in a photo. That feels so self-centered, and I really was turned off by it. And so I can relate to you if that's how you feel about personal brand photography right now. But what changed my mind was I started really paying attention to the people who I follow online and who have built really big businesses like Lewis Howes, like Gina DeVee. She's a female business and entrepreneur coach. And I heard both of them say the number one thing that they attribute to the growth of their brand is their photos. And that blew my mind. But I was like, okay, if they're saying that and they're doing something right, let me get my ego out of the way here and follow in the steps of people who have done something I want to do. And so it was kind of a humbling moment and okay, I'm going to need to suck it up and get comfortable with this type of moment as well. And so I think for you, if you're in a place where you're like, I'm realizing I need some photos, I'm realizing I need to spruce up my brand, I wanted to share just a couple tips. And one other thing too is the why behind why you need them. Everything that we buy typically starts with an image of it, whether you're buying like coffee cups on Amazon, like I did this morning, or whether you're buying a new briefcase or shoes. We're typically not buying the thing itself unless we're in a store buying it. With people shopping so much online today, we're typically buying the image of it. And so if you care at all about building your personal brand, whether you're in sales or whether you're an entrepreneur, you have to kind of think about yourself the same way. People are going to buy that image that you're creating before they have the actual experience of working with you or purchasing your product. And to me, that was really helpful to think about, we do buy images, we buy visuals, we don't buy the actual thing itself unless we're shopping for it in the store. So I think there's two things that are really good to think about to know if you're ready to get new photos for your personal brand. One is if all you got is a headshot. So this has been a big learning lesson for me, is that personal branding photography is totally different than a headshot. Personal branding photos tell stories about who you are, what you believe in, how you help your clients. It's radically different. And so if all you've got is that headshot, especially if that headshot is old, like mine was on LinkedIn until recently, it was like 4 years old, you need some new photos. And you got to spruce up. So I think that's one thing too, is like if your photos are old, get a new one. Get new ones done. People want consistency, and when they meet you in real life or when they schedule a Zoom with you and you've connected initially on LinkedIn, like you should look on your Zoom the way that you look in your photo, okay? And then the second thing is I really believe too that you can get them done too soon. And what I mean by that is I think you should be clear on your audience, the problem you solve, and your message before you invest in your photos. It's easy when you're building a personal brand to think like the first thing I need to do is get new photos or get a logo or a website. You actually need to get really clear on what your message is, who your audience is, what problem you solve for them before you go out and start building the visual element of your brand. I've talked about this before, and I will pound it into the ground because I believe it. It's just like building a house. You need a blueprint first before you build your house. It's the exact same thing when you're building your brand. If that's something you don't have, and if you realize, man, I don't know who my audience is, I don't know who my avatar is, I don't know what my message is, I can help you with that. Send me a message. I'm happy to help. But if you've got that locked down, then go out there and get your photos done. And I think just a final word of encouragement is, Do not be afraid to invest in yourself. You need to. If you are building your personal brand, you are building a business that requires an investment of time, of money. Like I said, I flew to another state for these photos recently. I've got a big speaking event coming up next month, and I've actually invested to have a photographer show up there on site and get photos of me on stage because I need some new ones. Do not be afraid to invest in yourself, especially in good images, because people buy these images of you and what you have to offer them. So I'd love to hear from you. Are you getting new photos done? Are you considering it? Have you just worked with a photographer that you love? Shout them out below, but let me know your thoughts on getting these photos done. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I will continue to share with you guys some of my new photos as I get them done as well. So as always, I appreciate you. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you again soon. Bye.